guys. Today it's lesson day 14.
Woohoo! Alright, let's check out our table of contents and see what we got going on. So as you can see, we are still on multiplying whole numbers. Alright, let's see what we got here. Multiplying two-digit numbers, which is on page 17. Alright, let's get to it. Alright, you can see today we only have 4 problems. Let's read our directions and see what they say. Alright, we are going to go ahead and estimate each multiplication problem to check if the student's answer is reasonable. If not, cross out the answer and write the correct answer. Alright, number 1, we have 14 times 17. So they went ahead and got an estimate. They left 14 alone and they rounded 17 to 20. Now we're able to do that easily because I know my basic multiplication fact here is 14 times 2. You're basically doubling 14, which gives you 28. There's 1 0 here, so there's 1 0 there. So 280 is my estimate of 14 times 17, and that is nowhere close to 2,380. The directions say let's go ahead and solve it and see what we get. So we have 17 times 14. We're going to do the standard algorithm here. We're going to distribute the 4 to the units, then the 4 to the tens. And then we're going to distribute the 1 to the units and then 1 to the tens. Alright, so 4 times 7 will give me 28. And then 4 times 1 is 4 plus 2 is 6. Alright, now we're moving on to we're going to distribute our tens to each one of these places. So before we do that, we're going to have to add our placeholder because now we're dealing with our tens, so we put a 0 in our units place. And I can go ahead and cross this out because we have used that one now. So 1 times 7 will give me 7. We'll put that in the tens place. And then 1 times 1 is 1. We'll put that here. Alright, we have our two products. Let's add those together. Our units place is 8, our tens place is 13, and our hundreds place is 2. 238 is our correct product. Alright, number 2, we have 15 times 19. I'm going to leave 15 alone and I'm going to round 19 to 20. So we'll have, here's our estimate, we'll have 15 times 20. So my basic multiplication fact is 15 times 2, which is 30. I have 1 0, put a 0 there. 300 should be my estimate for 15 times 19. So 300 is my estimate, 285 is my product they were saying, and this is definitely a reasonable answer. So there's no reason to work it out for what the directions said, but I'm going to work it out anyways. But I'm going to do it a little differently this time. You have 300 is my estimate, and I know that 20 is 1 away from 19, so I'm just going to subtract 15 from 300. We start out in our units place, 0 minus 5, we're unable to do that, so we go to our tens place. We can't take anything from there, so we go to our hundreds. Now we have 2 hundreds, we bring 10 tens over here, but I still need to trade one out to my units place, so I change this to a 9, the tens place to a 9, and change the units place to a 10. 10 minus 5 will give me a difference of 5, 9 minus 1 in my tens will give me 8. And then 2 in my hundreds place. 285 is our correct answer. Alright, let's head on to number 3. Number 3, we have 21 times 18. So I'm going to go ahead and round, 21 to 20 to the nearest tens place times 18. My basic multiplication fact is 18 times 2. We're doubling 18, which gives us 36, and we have 1 0 here, so we're going to add a 0 here, and 360 is nowhere close to 3,078. So we need to go ahead and solve this problem. On this one, I'm going to solve it using the lattice multiplication. There's 2 digits on top, which means we have 2 columns, and then there's two digits on the side, which means we have 2 rows. All right, let's go to top to bottom on each box and extend. Top, bottom, extend. All right, remember you have to form your right degree angle. Once you form your right degree angle, multiply those numbers together. 1 times 1 will give me 1. All right, and then 1 times 8, we have a right angle. 1 times 8 will give me a product of 8. All right, next we have 2 times 1, which is equal to 2. And then we have 2 times 8. We have a right degree angle. This is where your product goes here, which is 16. All right, I'm finished with these numbers. All right, let's add up our ones place. Tens, hundreds, thousands. 8 plus nothing will give me 8. 6 plus 1 will give me 7 in my tens place. 1 plus 2 will give me 3 in my hundreds, and then 0 is nothing in my thousands place. So 378 is definitely close to my estimate of 360. All right, for our final problem today, we have 16 times 13. And I'll be honest, man, you should be able to tell that 28 is nowhere close to 16 times 13. If I were to add these two together, 16 plus 13, that's 29, which is already more than what they gave us. So we definitely know that's a crazy choice. You got to use your common sense on some of these guys. But if I were going to round them, I quickly just do, 15 times 10, and it's 150. So this is way too low. All right, so this time we are going to use our area model to multiply to find our product. All right, area model. So when you're doing the area model, guys, you're basically getting the expanded form of each one of these numbers. So 16 is 10 plus 6. And then 13 is 10 plus 3. So the value of my tens place is 10. The value of my units place is 6. The value of my tens place is 10. The value of my units place is 3. So it's a little bit similar to lattice multiplication, in that you have your columns and your rows. So let's go ahead and multiply these out. You form your right degree angle. 6 times 10 will give me 6. All right, 10 times 10 will give me 100. 10 times 3 will give me 30. And finally, 6 times 3 will give me 18. All right, we're finished with these numbers up here. So here's another difference between the lattice. You're basically going to take all your partial products and add those together. So 100 plus 60 equals 160, and 30 plus 18 equals 48. Your units place is 8. Your tens place is 10. Carry your 1 to your hundreds. Put your 0 in your tens place, and your hundreds place is 2. 208 is our product. All right, I appreciate everybody watching the lesson for today. So good job, everybody. Let's keep up the hard work, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Take care.